Hello again, fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the Tiger Lacrosse Report. I'm your host, Ben Rosenbaum, and as always, joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Kristen Carr. Coach, welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Tigers versus Tigers this past week here in Towson. A tough but a really valiant effort by Towson against the number 10 Princeton Tigers, 17-13. Just your biggest takeaway from that game. I mean, you've seen quite a few ranked opponents this year, but as we've said, they're getting better, we're getting better, and this was a really good effort against a very good Ivy League team.
Yeah, I feel pretty inspired by the team. They fought throughout every single quarter in that game. We made some in-game adjustments that they were able to execute on, and I think we ran out of time at the end, but overall was really proud of not only the effort but the standard that we played throughout the majority of the game.
Yeah, you look at the final score, 17-13, and you look at that one moment in the second quarter, a 6-goal run for Princeton unanswered. And when you look at that run and you're able to kind of point to, I mean, there was other factors, sure, but that's a big run that you guys have done a good job of limiting teams, not having back-to-back-to-back goals like that. What did you see going on during that run from Princeton?
Yeah, I think they had a couple quick goals and we needed to reset a little bit sooner than what we did. But I think throughout those moments, going into the second half, we were able to limit more of the bigger runs throughout the second half, which was good.
One area, the draws, which has been an up and down roller coaster at times for Towson this year. Very competitive on the draws against Princeton. Val Thompson, a career high 6 draw controls. What has it been on the draws? Because we've seen it start to creep back up to where we're winning the draw battle, we're competitive in the draw battle. What's been the biggest thing for Towson as we've gotten better on the draw this year?
It's been the body of work since the fall, honestly. I think we're seeing some more of the positive outcomes, so to speak, but we've been putting a ton of time in the draw with our draw takers and circle people since the fall. We're devoting a lot of attention to it at practice. Obviously, if you win the draw, you get more possessions, other team gets less possession, so it's a huge factor that we emphasize. And Emma Baker was able to put the ball in really good spots for us to get on the circle or for her to get herself. And Val's just such an incredible athlete. You have her and Mo in the circle. It's really quite the dynamic duo. So we feel very confident when they're out there.
And the depth of this team we've talked about last week is just, it's every week you look around, it's somebody else stepping up for Towson. Luca DeMeo, Osha Levy, both with multiple goals in the game against Princeton. But someone who had a strong game, Casey Meredith, and we've seen a little bit of her. 4 ground balls, 2 caused turnovers. Talk to us about Casey and what she brings to the table.
Casey's a silent killer. She's very under the radar. I believe end of preseason we started seeing some glimmers of what she's capable of doing, and then unfortunately we had one of our starters go down with a concussion a couple games back, so we had to look at what we needed, and we needed to slot somebody into that defensive spot who could handle a significant role in defending one of the top attackers in the country. And Casey was that person for us, and thought she did a really great job for somebody who didn't get a ton of playing time before, but was able to feel prepared and confident going into the game. And she made some really game-altering plays, which was awesome to see.
So as we look past Princeton now and we get ready for Drexel, Jenna Cardeno had a very nice game against Princeton, 12 saves, and it's going to be quite the goalkeeper matchup. You've got a young star in Jenna for Towson, and then Jenica Kuko, All-American, she's a stud at Drexel. When you go against a team knowing that this goalie is as good as you're going to see anywhere in the country, what's the biggest thing for the offense? Obviously, valuing the ball, taking care of it, moving the ball around, but what's the biggest thing when you're going at a goalie who she's gonna make saves?
Yeah, I mean, we got to stay confident in what we're doing, how we're attacking the goal, our decision making and shots that we're shooting at the cage, and we want to make sure we get Jenica to move and hitch and have her bait at certain spots so we can place it around her. But what I've really loved about this team and this offense is every day somebody else steps up, and multiple people have multiple goal or point games, and it's been different every single time. So it's harder to scout that way. And as we go throughout the season, I think we're going to see more dynamic forces and not just having one or two people be able to really put the ball in the back of the net, but multiple people have multiple point games.
And kind of rewinding a bit, looking at Princeton, Katie Roscoe, not a lot of shots for her in the game against Princeton, no goals. How important is it for her? Because we talked a little in the past, Mo's obviously, everyone's going to look at Mo, and then she needs that running mate kind of, and it has looked like at times it's going to be Katie. How important is it for Katie to get going and be a consistent alongside so other people, like we talked about, can get going?
Katie's incredible. Not every game you're going to be able to finish every shot you have, but you need her on the field. She does too much not to be on the field. She was marked up by one of the top defenders in the Ivy League, and I think as a sophomore, getting that type of pressure is only going to help her. And she'll go boost mode. I can feel it. She's attacking the week and taking what happened, throughout this past week with us having 3 games and just building off of what she's been able to do. And it'll be a good match coming up this Saturday.
And with us now really getting into CAA play, how does the mindset have to change and the dynamic change when you're playing not just non-conference opponents, but now these games matter a little bit more because you're playing conference, you're talking about the tournament and getting into that, and early games, late season games, they all matter, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're working to have our high standard of play no matter who we're playing. Obviously, in conference, there's 4 teams that go to the tournament, so in ways you can feel there's like a different type of pressure, but ultimately for us, we need to attack every game and in the same fashion, and that's respecting our opponents, being able to put our best foot forward. And when you focus on the process and the little details that we work on out in the field, the outcome will take care of itself.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us this week, and good luck up in Philly.
Yeah, thank you.
The Tigers head up to the city of brotherly love to take on the Dragons Saturday at 3:30. They will play following the Towson men's lacrosse game, also against Drexel up in Philadelphia as well. For the head coach, Kristen Carr, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.